Good evening and welcome to the SVG-TV News and Sports for Saturday, October 11th. I'm Khalil Kato and here are tonight's headlines. PM Gonzalez receives warm welcome home after weeks of medical care in Cuba. Trinidad may postpone Carnival due to Ebola threats. Celebrities launch campaign dubbed Crush Ebola Now. And in sports, all-round India beats West Indies in second ODI to level series 1 apiece. Following weeks of medical care in Cuba for a muscle injury to one of his legs, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonzalez is back home and is said to be in good health. Dr. Gonzalez, who was receiving orthopedic treatment in Cuba, arrived just after 3 p.m. today and was greeted by members of his cabinet, family, friends and well-wishers and supporters of the ruling Unity Labour Party. Speaking to members of the media at the VIP lounge of the E.T. Joshua Airport, Dr. Gonzalez described his arrival as an emotional occasion to see persons coming out in their numbers to welcome him home. The PM noted that he is recovering well and remains in good health.
What about the treatment that I received in Cuba? They analyzed every single possibility which could conceivably be problematic, and I'm happy to say that when the coordinator of the medical team, Dr. Charles Hall, who is of Jamaican parentage, when he came and provided us with the final report, and Eloise was there, I just wanted to say to everybody that, as I said before, I'm in good health. You know what people normally look at in relation to your health? Things like your heart, your liver, functioning of your kidneys, your prostate in relation to men. That's an important issue. Dr. Slater used to tell me, Doug used to tell me that once you're a man and you grow and you will live long enough, you'll either die with a prostate problem or die from a prostate problem. Well, I don't have one, certainly not yet.
Dr. Gonzalez further expressed thanks to the doctors and nurses, both locally and in Cuba, who cared for him over the past weeks.
I want to thank all the Cuban doctors and nurses and all the support staff who took very good care of me in Cuba. I want to thank the Cuban government. I want to thank President Raúl Castro and his cabinet. I want to thank Fidel and I want to thank President Maduro and his foreign minister Ramirez for organizing the transport to take us to Havana and also to bring us back. I am very grateful for Dinis Bayam, who came with us, and also to security officers Francois and Ken Samuel, and it was really good to have Eloise with me all the time.
Meantime, the Prime Minister says he may have to head back to Havana in a few days. This as the President of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, has proposed an ALBA summit on Ebola. Dr. Gonzalez notes that if the summit is finalized, he will be attending.
If it is finalized and they're still having to do some consultations, I'll have to make a representation to the Speaker to shift the Parliament from the 21st to maybe the 23rd or the 24th, just a couple of days later in the week, because it's important that we go to this Ebola summit.
Prime Minister Gonzalez told party supporters present at the airport that the outfit he was wearing was strategically chosen for his return home.
I tell you this, I decided to wear my red shirt rather than a white shirt, because I want everybody to know that I am ready for the battle.
2 buildings and their contents were completely destroyed, while a third was partially damaged in a fire last night in the North River Road area. According to reports, the fire started at around 9:55 p.m. and destroyed the Verbeek Center, which is owned by the Roman Catholic Church and housed the grade 6 students of the St. Mary's Roman Catholic School. And the adjacent building to the Verbeek Center, which was in the care of Emery Robinson, went up in flames. However, firemen were, able to contain the fire, which caught the third building. Police say they are continuing their investigations to ascertain the main cause of the fire. Meanwhile, motor vehicle TB 904 went over an embankment in the Casson Hill area sometime between last night and this morning. SVG-TV News was unable to obtain all the information surrounding the accident, but was reliably informed that one person is now nursing injuries at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. We'll bring more on this story as information becomes available. Romando Andrews, a resident of Peruvian Vale, has been arrested and charged with robbery. He is accused of depriving Ronnie Walker of Diamond of one gold chain, a cellular phone, and $500 in cash at Diamond on September 8th. Andrews was escorted to the serious offences court yesterday and was not allowed to plead to the charge as it was laid indictable. Bail was allowed in the sum of $4,000 with one surety. He was also ordered to report to the Bayabu police station on Fridays between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. until February 9, 2015, when the preliminary inquiry is set to begin. As the world commemorates International Day of the Girl Child today, October 11th, Minister of Gender Affairs Frederick Stevenson is calling for all hands on deck to empower adolescent girls and to bring an end to the cycle of violence. Stevenson notes that all stakeholders should be involved in the fight to protect girls in the society.
All is said and done, remember that we are accountable to God, as He said in His word, whatever you did to the least of one of these, you did it to me.
The St. Vincent Electricity Services Limited VINLEC will host a workshop for persons involved in electrical installations in SVG as part of its ongoing outreach program. According to a release, VINLEC has embarked on a program with the Electrical Inspectorate Division aimed at developing the skills and knowledge of local electricians and wiremen. The workshop caters for electrical contractors, licensed wiremen, and practicing electricians and will be held on Wednesday, October 15th. The primary objective of this workshop is to address electrical engineering standards in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There will be presentations from VINLEC, the Electrical Inspectorate Division, and the Division of Technical and Vocational Education. Among the issues to be addressed are best practices in the industry, VINLEC standards and expectations, requirements from the Electrical Inspectorate Division, training and certification in the field, among others. VINLEC anticipates that there will be approximately 60 participants at the workshop.